Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining us. Have you tried every diet under the sun but found no results for weight, blood pressure, energy issues, and more? That's what today's guest covers in her latest book. We're very excited to welcome Kim Shapira back to our IG Live. Kim is a registered dietitian and nutrition therapist who teaches you how to take back your relationship with food with 6 simple rules. Her latest book is called This is What You Are Really Hungry For. 6 simple rules to transform your relationship with food and become your healthiest self. During this live,
Just a few technical difficulties over here. How are you?
Good, good. I figured that I'm sending you and you're probably requesting, so we're just tagging each other.
Yeah, sorry. It's one of those days.
Yeah, it's Monday. It's Monday.
Yeah. How are you? It's been a little bit since I've seen you.
Yep. It's been a little bit. It's been crazy busy, but we're like super, super excited for your new book.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited about it too. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, because last time we talked about I was like, okay, you're gonna write this like share with people, and you were working on it. So this is like, it's coming out.
It came out. It's been out for a month, and it has been, 3 years in process. You know, it's not an easy thing to do, and I couldn't be more proud of it. So it's helping a lot of people already. Very excited.
Okay, let's dive in. But for those who like have not seen our previous live, oh, nice.
Yeah, I have to send you one. I'm going to send you one. Yeah.
I definitely want it.
Yeah, I can't believe I haven't sent it. I'm so sorry.
We're good. For the ones like who have not seen our previous live, who didn't know who you are, tell us a little bit about your background, like how you become interested in nutrition and diet.
Great. Hi, I'm Kim Shapira, and I've been a registered dietitian for 25 years. So my degree is in human metabolism and clinical nutrition. And, really when I started my practice, I was out to help everybody get healthy. And I thought just by telling people what to eat and how to eat, that would be enough advice to get people on the right road to making some changes that would be good for them. And I learned very quickly in my practice that that wasn't enough. So I could get people to lose weight, but I was failing in helping them sustain that weight loss. And since I had really wanted to be in this profession to help people lose weight and keep it off to improve their health, I really needed to adjust the way I was going about things. And so I changed pretty early on in my practice from helping people adjust their goals from losing weight to actually having a normal relationship with food, where the side effect of that was improved health and weight maintenance and weight loss if they had to lose, if there was any weight to lose.
Hugely important for like a maintenance aspect.
Yeah.
And
it's not something we talk about.
And your book is titled This is What You Are Really Hungry For. So on a high level, what is this book about?
I'm curious. Do you know what do you think it's about? Yeah, you have probably all the right answers, but also it's a difficult question.
It is.
Yeah.
I think it depends. Like I feel like what I'm really hungry for, like it depends on my mood, and I think this also kind of get back to your rules, right? Like if you're on different mood and if you're on in different situation, how can you make a decision about what you're really hungry for? Is this?
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so this is what I think the title means. And it's interesting. Now you're going to laugh. What I think people are really hungry for is peace. Peace in their well-being. Which is why you and I connect anyway. It's because we want to help people become well. Right? And there's so much frustration and disappointment and fear. And I think that's why it's 6 simple rules. I think it's easier than people think it is.
Is this the reason you think you need to write this book? Is to make it really simple?
I mean, even though I say it's simple, it's really not simple because there's so much confounding factors and lifestyle that is stopping us from being in flow. The reason I thought to write this book is because I feel like I have the answers in helping people improve their well-being for the rest of their life. And that also will improve the quality of their life, reduce their risk of disease and illness and anxiety. And yeah.
I also just really love this quote you had, and it goes like, food should be a source of joy and nourishment in your life and not stress. What does that mean to you?
It's exactly that. I mean, I people will say to me all the time, I love food. They'll say this to me as if that's the problem. I love food. And I will say to them, you should love food. You should absolutely love what you're putting in your body, but you should love your body more than you love anything else. And it's like people forget we live inside of these bodies, right? And it's like we have to be responsible for how our body feels. And so food should be like delicious and nutritious, but it's not our source of entertainment. It's also not our source of comfort, right? Our body really does need other things for those things. And sometimes it's just okay to be bored and not have the comfort and deal with it just as it is. Here I am. This is a moment that I'm not really fond of, but I trust it's going to pass kind of situation.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think like humans have such a difficult relationship with food?
Honestly, there's a couple of reasons. Our mind is so cool, and our mind likes to sleepwalk through the day. It's really hard to do new things, or it's really hard to do a lot of things, especially if we've been doing it one way always. Our mind will sleepwalk 47% of the day and do it exactly the way we did it yesterday. And so we do things very, very quickly and impulsively and without actual thought or intention. And it's really our mind giving us ideas based on how to survive this moment in the most pleasurable way without thinking about the future. And so the more we practice being mindful or practicing knowing where our mind is, then we can respond a little bit differently and recognize that our mind is sleepwalking. And that we can do what we would consider hard, which is not really hard. It's just making a choice different than what our mind is offering. So let's just say you decided that you were going to avoid eggs for a while because you're recognizing that they're causing you to feel bloated and gassy and give you diarrhea. And the next thing you know, somebody surprises you with meringue cookies. And I think the universe is really funny how it likes to test, where we are. And suddenly you're like, okay, I'm just going to have it because my friend is giving it to me and it's in front of me and I don't want to be rude. And truthfully, we're not thinking about long-term. We're not thinking about how that cookie is going to make us feel. But would it be so bad to say, thank you so much for the cookie. I'm not hungry right now. I'm going to have it and save it for when I'm hungry for it. Right? Like, it's just repositioning it and not being so impulsive so fast.
Absolutely. Do you think the current like dieting culture also confuses people, which makes maintaining this good relationship with food like much harder?
I mean, of course I do. It's confusing. It's really confusing. And when we see people we love, admire, and respect drinking celery juice or fasting or whatever, then we think, and they're looking fabulous and they're saying that they're feeling fabulous, we're thinking this is a great idea and we should try this too. And so again, we need to stop looking outside of ourselves and we need to be focusing on what's happening in our body more than anything. But yeah, it's confusing for sure.
This is why we have the 6 rules in your book. So I don't want to spoil all the good stuff, but could you shed some light on the 6 steps that you mentioned in the book?
Yeah. So again, keep in mind, they're all based on science and I've simplified them, but really let me explain them first. So the first rule is to eat when you're hungry. So this is to know physically what your body needs, and then to take your normal portion and cut it in half and wait 15 minutes to see if you need more food. And I'm happy to describe the science if you need it, but we can move on. Rule number 2 is to eat what you love and to make sure the food loves you back. And so this could sound very scary to a lot of people. Like, you just gave me permission to eat the foods that I've been restricting or the foods that people say are bad for me. And anytime that we're in a position where we restrict or when we're labeling food, then we're not actually in tune with what our body needs and feels. And it's going to come much easier for you if you allow yourself to eat foods you love and then you recognize that they aren't making you feel good, because then you can make an informed decision from that. Rule number 3 is to eat without distractions. And we have lots of things that could distract us, right? So our phones, our homework, our computer, books, TV, our emotions, cravings, all these things. And so it's being very aware of, where's my mind? Is it in this moment? And am I in tune with what my body is feeling? And am I eating because I'm hungry or because my friend just dropped off cookies? Rule number 4 is to get 10,000 steps. I mean, if you don't know this by now, we need to move our bodies every single day. Otherwise, they get really stiff and toxins build up. And so we just need to keep our body in motion. And so ultimately, or I should say, really, we need about 7,000 steps every day to improve our health. But in order to maintain our weight, we need 10,000 steps. And our goal is maintenance. Rule number 5 is to get 8 cups of water. This is the way that we detox our body. And rule number 6 is to get 7 hours of sleep every night. And we don't do anything well if we're not sleeping well. Yeah.
I just love these rules. It's almost not just even for dieting and maintaining weight. It's literally for your entire body, for you to keep yourself healthy.
That's it. And even the word dieting, I'd be curious, like, how many people who are listening to this hear that word dieting and think in terms of one way. When I hear the word dieting, I actually think it means lifestyle, right? The way that I eat. And so it's not a form of restriction. It should just be the way that my diet is, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. What are some takeaways that you would like readers to leave with after they finish your book?
Easier than they think, right? Like, you just have to get up every day and not negotiate with yourself. These are rules, which I know is, very triggering for a lot of people. And I use that word rules on purpose because I like to think in terms of relearning, reteaching. And so it's a form of training. And we have to become automatic at these rules. I am just the person who goes to Italy or who goes to Hawaii or stays in Los Angeles and eats when I'm hungry and starts with half and sees if I need more food. I am just that person. And so it's like brushing your teeth. Didn't sound like that such a fun idea when you were growing up, and either your parents, whoever you were living with, forced you to do it. But now it's something you do. It's part of your value system. And these have to be rules, so you integrate them so they become part of your value system, your new automatic.
I love it. This will really help people to make decisions. So you don't have to contemplate. You don't have to think all kinds of ways to get around it. And this is your rule. And then this is what you do. And it makes this decision much, much simpler.
I agree. Agree. Thanks.
This is amazing. So where can people buy the book?
Everywhere. I'm so excited. It's Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Target, Amazon, your local bookstores, everywhere. It's available everywhere. I'm so excited. My website.
Yes. Anything else you'd like to share?
I'm not sure. There's so much I want to share, but I think if anybody is, thinking about it or who has struggled with maintaining weight loss ever or feels burdened by their relationship with food, I strongly suggest reading this book. And I know that there's a handful of nuggets inside of it that will just help shape your life and change it for the better.
Where Kim also included the book on our website. So anybody who's interested, check out our website too. There's a link to Kim's book. And what if someone, after they read it, they want to work with you? How do they get in?
There's a couple ways that they can work with me. In September, I actually have a webinar coming out. So that's just really easy. They could, download the webinar and do it on their own if they just want a little bit deeper understanding. I have weekly groups that meet, and I have one-on-one private sessions. So lots of ways to work together.
So if anyone wants to work with Kim, make sure to check out Kim's website, get in touch. But first of all, get the book and then join the weekly seminar and also the coaching session.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Yeah. And I can't believe I didn't send you one. You need to read this book.
I want to. I absolutely want to. I think last time when we even first met, I just love these rules already. And when I interviewed you last time on Instagram Live, I just felt everyone needs to know these rules. These are by far the simplest rules I have ever heard of. And it basically, it's just amazing. And then you can literally incorporate into your life, and you don't have to make that decision anymore. And you just need to flip the switch, basically.
Yeah, you just need to flip the switch. I think it's really not negotiating with yourself. It's just, you got to get it done. And if you can't get it done, you can't beat yourself up because you get to try again. Right?
I also think these rules needs to be incorporated into all levels of education. From kindergartens, kids growing up, and to even medical schools, and through all the dietitian education. Even when we're in school, we are not really taught these simple rules. We were taught the basic science, and then we were taught, different disease conditions, but actually how to teach people make these decisions are much, much more important than the science behind it.
I agree. I mean, ultimately, the science says everything in moderation, and also it says diseases are related to weight. And so by working on and maintaining your weight, you're improving the quality of your life, your longevity, and reducing your risk of disease. And so many people go to doctors, and their doctors say, okay, now you need to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, or 30 pounds. And they don't really have a way of teaching them. They say, try this diet or do that, when they're using the terms all wrong, and they're not really helping people have a long-term plan.
Absolutely.
It has to be long-term. You have to change. And
I feel like
it's so hard.
Yes. I feel like when you incorporate these rules, you probably don't even need a dietitian. You don't need anyone to tell you how to plan your meals and then how to eat. You can literally just do it on your own.
Yeah. And again, it's really like, what do you like to eat? Like, we don't have to like the same foods. And you don't have to worry about if the food is good, bad, healthy, or unhealthy. First of all, you're going to start with half. So there's a fail safe that you're not going to overeat it. Second of all, you're going to see if the food loves you back. You're checking to see if you get headaches, bloated, diarrhea, constipation, stomach aches, anything like that. You're going to see. And then you're going to be able to make an informed choice at that point. Yeah.
I love it. Please, I need to read it. And everyone, please check out the book. Thank you so much for doing this.
Oh my God. Thank you for having me back. I can't wait to now have you back, see what you're up to. Thank you.
Absolutely. And maybe after I read the book, maybe we can do another one to go a deep dive.
Can we please? I would love that.
Let's do that.
Okay. That sounds great. Thank you. All right. Well, take care until then.
Awesome.
Okay.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay. Bye.